What up, Dokkanners? The Kid BUU Super EZA is official. Now in game, they have provided an actual confirmation that the Kid BUU Super EZA is coming up. I don't think there was any doubt, but for those of you who might have thought maybe there was a small chance that there could have been something different going on, that has now been dispelled. There is in fact going to be a Kid BUU Super EZA. These bozos leaked this when the Part 2 celebration first started, and then they deleted it like minutes later, but by then it was too late. The damage had been done. So this guy's going to be joining Dokkan, I believe, on the 19th going into the 20th. So around this time, we should be getting a data download. On JP, there is a maintenance notice that has already been set. So for JP players, it's going to be taking place during the Global's usual reset period. So Global, but Global doesn't have an announcement for this yet. This is just for JP. So JP's maintenance will be happening while Global should theoretically also be getting a maintenance. Both will be down for about 8 hours, and then when we come out of that, we should know not only what the Super EZA is, but also when the Super EZA is going to be dropping. Now in the past, we've only had 2 other Super EZAs. Global's only had 1. JP's other Super EZA was the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and then both versions did have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Super EZA. This dropped during Saiyan Day. Now for Saiyan Day, that started on the 18th. About a week prior, we had the actual announcement of the new update that was coming up, update like 1.8 or something like that. That was where they announced a Super EZA was coming. So 7 days later, that's when the celebration started, but that still wasn't when the EZA occurred. The EZA was, that's 2018. Wait, does it not show the Super EZA date? Okay, well, it doesn't. It was like the 21st, I believe. It was like a couple of days into Sunday, so it was essentially like 10 days. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen again this time. It probably shouldn't, because considering 10 days after this, that's the end of the celebration. We don't really have much time at this point. So I would imagine that probably they will drop the Super EZA at the latest, like 2-3 days after this maintenance is over. So 22, 23, something like that. Oh no. Oh no. You know what that means? Oh no. It means I have a oh my God. It's gonna happen while stupid World Tournament is happening on Global. I hate it here. So right now it is still not been fixed. The Global World Tournament units are still slated for the 2025 release. As I've mentioned before, that is most definitely going to be changed because no idiot would actually let this slide, especially when we're trying to go for full synchro. So they obviously screwed up. So they will most definitely fix this. That is probably one of the many things that they will be correcting in that data download that is coming up. So when this starts, I would imagine that is probably when the Super EZA is going to happen. And if that's the case, well, your boy won't be able to show off that new Super EZA until this stupid World Tournament is over. And this is going to be one of the sweatier World Tournaments because people are going to want to grind to get this. And then who knows how many will stick around to finish out the rest of the grind. So yeah, if I were a betting man, I'm going to say that the Kid BUU Super EZA happens around World Tournament weekend. Hopefully it happens before, but if it happens during, well, I apologize in advance. Now, as far as what the passive could be, the passive is the only thing that changes. The Super EZAs, the super attack doesn't change, the super attack level doesn't change, the leader skill doesn't change. It is just the passive. There's really no place to start because this is what the Goku Super Saiyan 3 EZA passive was before. And this was from back in 2018. So obviously, since then, things have changed. So they basically just, this is like a passive vomit. They just threw a bunch of stuff on him. And it's all been good. Like this is a really, really good passive, but I don't know if anybody could have really foreseen all of this crap coming up on this passive, right? So because they delivered on this and because they delivered on the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, well, Kid BUU should also have a pretty distinguished Super EZA. All we can guess from this would be basically 2 things. One, they build upon this right here. Absolutely, they will do that. And then also, if you maybe want to theorize, you could probably try superimposing various elements from the other Kid BUUs. Not that there are too many. The only ones that would really compete would be this one and the AGL, but the AGL EZA is so bad. The AGL Kid BUU's EZA is garbage. I don't even know if it's worth pointing out. I mean, you could argue that dude is equally as deserving of a Super EZA. I mean, look at how bad this is. Look at that. It's terrible. His EZA was back in 2019. When was physical Kid BUU's EZA? Both were in 2019. Ugh, that's nasty. I mean, yeah, both of them suck. So I don't really know what they could do. So I mean, for all intents and purposes, my prediction will basically be just take all this and chuck this on there too. Now, as far as this is concerned, I'm gonna go ahead and say if you want to have an 80% or above health condition happen more consistently with a character that has virtually no defense at all here, you're going to have to give this character some form of dodge, guard, damage reduction, or all of the above, right? Because otherwise, this is never going to happen. Also, I would imagine that this will probably go up to like key +3, attack and defense +60%, kind of transcending the 50% meta EZA that recently took place. All of those characters can support at 60% on their specific typings and classes. This unit can transcend all of that and provide the same 60% support key +3 to everybody. That's going to be one of the things that makes this character better. So I would say along with that, they'll make the ability to go 80% or above more consistent. You combine that with his regenerative links. He's got infinite regen, which gives you 3%. Oh, that's the only one. Yeah, it's because they have to make room for Big Bad Boss. This is a good unit. This unit links very well. Problem is you never get to use it. I think that this is going to be one of the more well-received units. Whether or not the EZA is as good as people may want, I think that this is going to be well-received because this is essentially a new unit that is now going to be thrown into a lot of different teams and a lot of different team builds. You really just don't... The Dokkan has not had enough Kid BUU action. If you've been running STR Kid BUU, then fine. You're kind of exposed to a little bit of it. But for the most part, people have not experienced Dokkan with Kid BUU fully functioning on the team. Speaking of, there are only 4 200% leads at the moment, both on global and on JP. These 4. But still, I mean, that's... Majin Power just got a whole lot better. I can't wait to see what this gives us. When you're below 79%, maybe when you're above, you get dodge. Maybe when you're below, you get like damage reduction or something. And then you'll just get a bunch of passives that will increase your stats every time you launch an attack. Maybe you'll launch multiple supers in any given turn. Like there's going to be so much that they add here that, yeah, once again, it's just going to remind people that you never really had to summon on the Int Fat BUU because you've got all of these other good units. If you guys saw my recent video, STR Fat BUU has become really, really good. In fact, he's my favorite EZA. Look at how much these two share together. They get the regen buff. They get insane attack buffs. They get wall standing tall, so 20%. Fierce battle, another 20%. Majin, another 15%. Combine all of that with his 50%, probably going to go up to 60% passive. And this dude's nuking passive. I mean, I kind of feel like I want to just make a video right there. That's going to be another dominant combination right there. Good 1-2 punch. This is like the Majin Buu version of Shaq and Kobe. All right, I'm excited. So that's about it. Global, we got World Tournament coming up. We'll get an announcement for a maintenance in just a couple of days, probably. JP, also, they just recently received a notification about this cool little thing. Global doesn't have this because we're not on the 9-year anniversary yet. Special cooperation mission will be distributed to the holders of the title 9th Anniversary Master. A very difficult challenge from the management team. Theme, Red Zone Majin Buu Stage 3, total number of times cleared 50,000 times. So if JP players clear this 50,000 times, they'll get something. So yeah, that's on JP. Global doesn't have that yet. So maybe we get this once 9-year rolls around. And let me just quickly go through all the different slides here. Oh, link buddies. I mean, I have the link page up here. Shout out to the Dokkan API. Link is in the description. Here you see all the different characters that link well. If you want to filter out Majin Power and Big Bad Boss, we can see what that gives us. Majin Power, Big Bad Boss. What do we got? So yeah, South Kai Absorb BUU, not the greatest. But you go down to Buhan. I mean, you all know what Buhan can do now that he's got his EZA on global. These two together, unstoppable. Imagine a rotation with Kid BUU, Buhan, and 50% support Super BUU. We'll give you another 60%. That's just not fair. So yeah, Kid BUU's back-ish. We don't even know what his passive is yet. Speaking of, let me know in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Kid BUU's potential Super EZA. What sort of passive do you want to see? Do you agree with my take that it's probably going to be some sort of transcendent support type with some sort of contingencies to allow for a more consistent 80% or above build, 79% or below build? Let me know your thoughts. What could that be? What could that entail? Let me know your thoughts on anything else currently going on in Dokkan, and when do you think the Super EZA is going to release? Is it going to happen during World Tournament? Is Dokkan going to screw your boy Toon all over again? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you're going to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.